Hello, Rockport-Fulton ISD. Today, we're going to be touring our Maritime program, which we've got a lot of new things coming in. I've got three students with me here today. We've got Ara, we've got Kelsey, and we've got Caleb. And then we have our Assistant Superintendent, Molly Adams, here with us today. And we're really excited to showcase some of the stuff that's going on within our Maritime program. But the first thing we want to ask before we showcase some of the things that they're doing is, first off, if y'all just go down and real quick kind of tell me, what does Maritime mean to you?
All right, Maritime to me means that you're getting out and you're getting your knowledge in water, basically. Anything that has to do with water, you're getting out there and you're doing it, and you're doing it in a safe environment, and then somebody who's watching you, making sure you can do everything correctly. So that's what Maritime means to me.
Maritime to me means getting out there getting your knowledge, learning new things, and having fun while you're doing it, but doing it the safe way. It also means that you're coming together as a family and always helping each other out.
Yes. Maritime to me is figuring out ways to make money on the water and figure out new careers and opportunities, along with learning new techniques and the way of the water and how everything works. It's also about bringing people together and acting as a family in a big group.
Very good. So y'all want to showcase kind of what we've got going on here. Kelsey, I'll let you take your spot back. What is your role over here? If y'all kind of go through and tell me your role. Kelsey, tell me kind of your role, what you're doing here as we drive this ship through the ocean.
So this is your GPS. Right now we're right here. I can zoom in a little bit.
You're back somewhere. Kelsey.
There we are, right there. So we're coming through the channel. We just turned. Here's the harbor. All the alarms will go off right here, and it'll tell me like what's going on. Right now, it's just telling me that there's a safety thing. There's a bunch of boats around us, and then there's all your alerts, navigational hazards, and stuff. So I'm just telling the captain where they should be going and making sure they're on the right track. Great.
And who are you talking to? You said making sure they know where they're going. Who are you giving all this information to?
The captain.
The captain. Who's our captain here today?
The captain's Era today.
Era. All right, Era. Tell me what you're doing, Captain.
All right. Yeah, I have the job that everybody likes to talk about because I'm driving it. My job is to make sure that my ship gets into port or where I need to go safely and controlled. Another important thing that people don't realize is just like controlling how fast you're actually going, and thinking about your drift. And that's some of Kelsey's job too, because yes, I can see it right here, but if I have other ships coming in and everything, I gotta make sure I know how much wind is coming, how rough the waves are, and maneuvering skills. So that's what the captain does.
So it sounds like it's not really just a one-woman show.
No.
Right? So that's kind of what y'all talked about when you were talking about family and working as a team. This is really showcasing, especially you, I would assume kind of the leader of said ship.
Yeah.
You've got to rely on your team and your family to take care of things.
Communication and vocabulary means a lot. We talk about that all the time, and we talk about how we need to be very specific when we're talking about where we're at, what we're doing, and how to do it, just to make sure that everybody is on the same page at all times.
Great. And you've got a third mate on here. Tell me kind of a little bit about what the next person's doing.
His
Caleb.
job, Caleb, he is our radar guy. He makes sure whenever storms are coming in, especially on the simulator, you can't turn around and look what's behind you without seeing what's in front of you. It can be very dangerous when a storm is coming. His job is to let me know when other ships are coming in, if I'm going to run aground. If we're coming up to a port, maybe I need to stop and get in there, get fuel or whatnot. That would be his job, is to tell me when and where it's coming up.
Awesome. So we're on water.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So tell me the difference between a maritime program between water and land.
So with Maritime program on land, it's more focused around you're making the calls for what ships to come in to the port and which ones that are leaving. While you have operations of all the different vessels inside of the port, you make sure you have a standard list of who's coming in, who's leaving, and then what you need to know, what might happen, what incidents could occur.
Mm-hmm.
While on the water, you are in charge of maneuvering different vessels, getting vessels moved over, or shifting them, and even going out to meet them if you're a pilot and bringing them in through the channels.
Awesome. So I understand that you did an internship.
Yes, ma'am.
So tell me briefly about it. Like,
So-
what was the highlight of your internship?
The highlight of my internship was being able to go down and start the engines on my own and on the vessel. It was always the highlight. It's always something you don't ever really experience on land.
Awesome.
So we're kind of talking a little bit about, what this maritime program does, what it meant to you, what you're learning today on this simulation. So tell me, what is this simulation doing now in terms of your ability to not just have book knowledge? What do you feel like this simulation is going to do for you?
It's showing you a real world example of what happens, what goes on, and how navigation would work. You have the LNG tanker, which we saw at the beginning coming into the jetties. That's something you would see often happening, and it teaches you either to pass on the starboard or the port side. It teaches you your navigation, where you're at, your radar, and your GPS, along with your maneuvering abilities.
I think it also it's very unique to get an opportunity to be in a simulator like this, and it shows you a lot more than what people expect. I think people think a simulator, I'm just gonna go driving and here's my throttles, but in reality there's a lot more to it. We have radar, we have alarm systems going, we have our compass, we have a whole bunch of other things going on.
Like Dr. Lowry getting seasick?
Yeah, look,
Yeah,
our water's
like
getting
for real.
murky. Or
Yeah.
what's
Okay,
happening?
what's happening to the water here? Is this where? So Mr. Wynn has the ability to change the weather all the
sir.
time, right?
Yep.
And I think
Whoa.
right now,
It's getting a little rainy.
yeah, and I think he said that this was the weather at our last tropical storm that came through. So he had the ability to change it, and this is what it looked like on the seas at that moment during our most recent tropical storm in early August, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Wow.
Look at the waves.
And this is what
This
gets me
also-
seasick. Yeah.
This is what gives you
Yeah.
your drift. You're
Yeah.
going sideways. And
Do y'all have any Dramamine?
No, I mean,
sir.
whenever you get to a certain point, you just come to like it, and having somebody next to you it's a lot of fun. Because
good,
and
yeah.
this is a good example of our radar. Look, he can know whenever storms like this are coming in. See?
Okay. So his radar obviously changed a little bit
Let's get over.
when Mr. Wynn
Yeah?
put this. Okay.
Oh no.
So tell me, did y'all have this simulation in this program last year?
No,
No, sir.
sir.
No. And do we know where this came from?
I believe it was from one of the grants that we acquired. I can't remember exactly what it was
Good.
called.
Yeah. So it was a JET grant
Yes, sir.
through the Texas Workforce Commission. So little grants like that, when people invest in our community, it does a lot for you guys to make you more work ready. When you graduate high school, you'll be ready to step out on the open ocean. And
Oh my gosh, this wig is about to make me run aground.
Mr. Wynn's pushing her in. Oh man, he's helping you out. Helping you out.
I had it.
Helping you out. That's good. So tell me, what's one big thing as we kind of wrap up here today? What's one big thing that you want the community to know about what you've got going on here in terms of in a maritime program and with such a wonderful teacher in Mr. Wynn?
All right, I guess I'll wrap this up. I think if I would like somebody to know, if I would want somebody to know anything about this program, is that it's not just a one category focused, and it's not always going to stay the same. It's not always going to be, this is what you'll learn, this is how to do it, and this is how you're going to do it every year, because the Coast Guard changes it constantly. I mean, there's new things happening, incidents happen all the time, and we adjust our rules, and so it's not just one category. It's not just about the driver. Like I said earlier, it's about our radar, it's about our alarms, it's about everything to do with anything on this ship. It's not just, I'm just going to drive. It's about how to fix it, how to dock your boat. I mean, if you don't know how to dock your boat, how do you expect to drive it? I mean, if you don't know how your radar works, how do you know when a storm's coming? It's a lot of genres, a lot of categories. It
Very
takes a lot
good.
of work.
Kelsey, would you add anything to that in terms of what you want the community to know about this program?
She's talking about how the boat works and everything, but there's also things about living aboard the boat. Wind teaches us our home things that we have to do on the boat. So, we have to pump out all the sewage when we come in and we dock. We have to meal prep. We have to make sure we have everything for the 10 days that we're out there or however long we're out there. We have to make sure we know how to do our laundry the correct way because, you know, like those kind of chemicals, they can't go in the water. And so it's definitely more than just how things operate. It's how you operate on the boat too.
Very good. And Caleb, what do you got?
I believe this is the best that we have, and everything that you learn can be applied to real life.
Very good.
So that's about it.
Yeah, it's kind of like family matters no matter what, whether you're on a ship or whether you're in life, right?
Yes, sir.
Very good. Miss Adams, you got any big questions?
I do not have any questions. I am so excited just about this program. And I've been in here a few times, and yes, it is interesting when you turn the wind speed up a little bit. But I'm excited not only as an employee, but as a parent as well. My daughter is excited about going through this program. So I thank the community for the support, Dr. Lowry and our school board for the support. Great things coming to us.
Absolutely. So kind of wrapping it up, a couple of things that I think are really, really exciting is I think what you'll notice is not only is this good program good for all kids, but I think it's really exciting that we have two young ladies in a program that you might traditionally think is male dominated. And so that's really, really exciting for me. It's really, really exciting for me that we've got a trade program going where kids are not only getting internships, but the internship is being brought into our school. So thank you so much for the community for supporting these programs. Thank you so much for Josh Wynn. And for this specifically, thank you for the Texas Workforce Commission and the JET grant and Suzanne Ranslavin for writing this grant. We're so excited for all the things it's going to do for our students and the bright futures ahead.